The Grammy goes to Mr. Controversy, Eminem.
Eminem is not only the king of rap, but also the king of beats. Known for his raw and unapologetic style, M has been involved more conflicts than most people in the rap game. From fellow rappers who questioned his credibility to pop stars who criticized his lyrics, Eminem was never afraid to fight when he was crossed. Most of his feuds were so serious and personal that they resulted in some of the biggest diss tracks in hip-hop history. But it wasn't just his rapid flow and killer bars that made Eminem's beefs memorable. It was also his ability to go hard on his opponents and prove he's the boss. Today, we're taking a look at the top 7 artists Eminem hated the most and why. First on our list of Eminem's enemies is Machine Gun Kelly, MGK. Back in 2012, MGK was a young rapper trying to make a name for himself in the industry. He was scrolling through Twitter one day when he saw a photo of Eminem's daughter Haley, who was only 16 years old at the time. MGK then tweeted, "Okay, so I just saw a picture of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say, she is hot as F-Oz." A huge mistake that would end his career. In hip-hop, you can say shit about someone's songs, but you never ever talk about someone's family, especially their kids. Eminem was angry, but he didn't respond right away. Instead, he used his influence to prevent MGK from getting certain opportunities. Then, in 2018, Eminem addressed the disrespect. He released the Kamikaze album, where he took a direct shot at MGK in the song Not Alike. One of the most brutal lines was, "Had to give you a career to destroy it," meaning he made MGK famous just so he could end him. MGK fired back 4 days later, releasing Rap Devil, a play on Eminem's song Rap God. In the song, he made fun of Eminem's beard and said he was always yelling into the mic. "You're afraid of the truth, you're afraid of the magic. I'm a product of Slim Shady, you created me," he rapped. People started wondering if MGK might actually win the battle. But Eminem, being Eminem, dropped Kill Shot, a scathing diss track that broke the internet with over 38 million views in its first 24 hours. In the song, Eminem destroyed MGK, rapping, "But if I was 3'11", you'd look up to me. And for the record, you would suck a D to F&B me for a second." The most devastating line was, "I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you." MGK tried to hit back with follow-up songs, but nothing stuck. His rap career never recovered after the beef. In 2020, he switched to rock music. The next one is Ja Rule. Eminem's beef with Ja Rule was not originally his own. It all happened because of 50 Cent. Back in the day, 50 and Ja had their own issues in the streets, but when Eminem signed 50 to his record label, in 2002 he got pulled into the fight. At first, M did not want to get involved. "I don't really have no beef with Ja Rule personally. That's 50's thing," he said in an interview. But Ja wasn't having it. He saw Eminem and 50 Cent as partners and wanted to hurt them both. So in 2003, he dropped Loose Change, where he directly attacked Eminem's family. "M, you claim your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up?" he rapped. Eminem was furious. Ja Rule had crossed the line by mentioning his then 7-year-old daughter, and he would make him pay. He released Nail in the Coffin and Go to Sleep, 2 diss tracks where he didn't just insult Ja Rule, but tried to end his career. On Nail in the Coffin, M rapped, "Your ass is on thin ice right now, you little punk. If you say something about my little girl, I'll snap. You're pushing your luck. Ja, quit it. Your raps don't fit. You look like a jackass. Your style is whack, kid." 50 Cent also added fuel to the fire, saying, "Ja Rule sounds like Ja Fool to me. He's finished." Ja Rule hit back with songs like Haley's Revenge, but it didn't work. Eminem and 50 Cent were too powerful, and their disses were too brutal. Although Eminem announced in 2004 that he no longer had a problem with Ja Rule, Ja refused to let it go. He continued to attack him in his songs for years, which many considered his desperate attempt to stay relevant. But the damage had been done. That was how Ja Rule ruined his career with one needless verse. Number 3, Christina Aguilera. No one could have predicted the feud between Eminem and Christina Aguilera. Back in the early 2000s, Em and Christina were both rising stars who actually liked each other. I think Eminem is very talented. He's got skills and I respect that about him, said Christina Aguilera. Em also said, Christina's got a good voice. She's attractive, I'll give her that. They would flirt with each other at award shows, and it was clear both enjoyed each other's company. Fans even started shipping them together. Everything seemed cool between the pop princess and the rap god. But not for long. The problem started when Christina appeared on the MTV special What a Girl Wants and commented on Eminem's personal life. I heard he's married now, the girl that he talks about killing on his record actually, said Christina. She then went on to speak out against domestic abuse, urging her fans to never let a man disrespect them. Eminem was angry about Christina's comments and fired back in The Real Slim Shady. In the song, he mocked Christina's appearance and even accused her of giving him an STD. She responded with her track Can't Hold Us Down, where she called out Eminem for his aggressive lyrics and how he portrayed women in his songs. Unlike other Eminem beefs, this fight with Christina did not break out into an all-out war. Number 4, Moby. Eminem also had a beef with electronic musician and producer Moby. It all started in 2002 when Moby criticized M at the Grammy Awards, calling him a misogynist, homophobe, racist, and anti-Semite. He said his music was too violent and offensive to women. I called him out because Eminem had lyrics about killing gay people and stuffing them in car trunks. I figured maybe that's not the best thing for 13-year-olds to be hearing, said Moby. To be fair, Moby had a point, but Eminem sure as hell didn't appreciate the sermon. Eminem fired back in his song Without Me. He ridiculed Moby's age and even threatened to have one of his former proteges, Obi Trice, deal with him. You 36-year-old bald-headed fag, blow me, he rapped. But while everyone was expecting Moby to respond to the diss, he did one thing that further drove Eminem insane. He just didn't care. M wasn't done. When they both met at the 2002 VMAs, Eminem challenged Moby to a physical fight, but he just stood there, unfazed. Instead of engaging in a rap battle, he was more concerned about Triumph, the insult comic dog, a puppet that Eminem pushed before ascending the stage at the VMAs. If Eminem wants to pick on someone, fine, pick on me, but don't diss the dog puppet. Triumph the dog puppet is my hero. That's the sole reason that I went to the VMAs, because I love that little dog puppet, he said. But Moby's answer in an interview after the show proved he wasn't really being cool about the whole thing. When asked why he thought Eminem hated him that much, Moby responded, I don't know. Maybe he's in the closet and just wants to hook up with me. Eminem continued to throw jabs at Moby in his later songs, but the electronic musician remained unbothered. This makes their fight one of the most one-sided rap beefs in history. Number 5, Cannibus. Eminem and Cannibus were both up-and-coming rappers in the early 90s. While M was killing it in the underground scene, Cannibus was doing features with big names like Slick Rick, The Firm, and Common. Both had mutual respect for each other and wanted to work together. Then something happened that ruined their relationship forever. Cannibus, who was already in a serious beef with LL Cool J, got a tip that Eminem may have ghostwritten songs for LL, including the diss track The Ripper Strikes Back. Now, if you know anything about hip-hop, you know that ghostwriting is a serious offense. You're not allowed to write songs for others, as it makes you lose your authenticity. Cannabis was angry, so when the two rappers met up at the video shoot for Cannabis's I Honor You track, Cannabis confronted Eminem about the ghostwriting rumors. And I was told that, and so my conversation with him was like, well, yo, why did you write that? Then he said he was embarrassed and said, I didn't write it. So for me, that destroyed the opportunity of ever really working with him again, said Cannabis. But Eminem told a completely different story. He said Cannabis didn't even allow him to finish explaining himself before walking out of the room. Things got tense between them after that awkward meeting. Cannabis started making tracks where he rapped his stand, that obsessed fan character from Eminem's song who drove himself over the bridge because M didn't write back to him. A clever move, as Cannabis was using Eminem's own creation to diss him. Eminem fired back with the track Can I Bitch, where he absolutely destroyed Cannabis. He went after his weak album sales, his rough voice, and his nationality. He even called him Marshall Mathers' sister. Cannabis kept trying to keep the beef alive with more tracks, but nobody really cared. His album tanked, so his responses got no attention. Eminem, once again, came out the clear winner of the rap battle. Number 6, Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit. Next on our list of Eminem's enemies is Fred Durst, the frontman of the music group Limp Bizkit. Back in the early 2000s, M and Limp Bizkit were actually friends. They once worked together on a song, Turn Me Loose. M even appeared in the group's music video for Break Stuff. This showed the kind of relationship and respect they had for each other. The problem started because of Eminem's fight with Everlast. At first, Fred Durst supported Eminem in this fight, but DJ Lethal, one of the members of Limp Bizkit, decided to support Everlast instead. This created a messy situation where the band members were on different sides. When asked about the Eminem and Everlast beef on MTV, DJ Lethal first said, "They're both men, they'll work it out." Then he made a statement that pissed off Eminem big time. If the two were to take their differences outside the realm of their respective records, Everlast would definitely win. You know what I mean. Eminem was very angry that someone who was supposed to be his friend had sided with the enemy. And I'm sitting back watching the TV like, what? You were supposed to be on a song with me. I would not have made a move if it wasn't for that. If 10 to 20 million people did not see him say that Everlast would whoop my ass. So that's why I dissed him. If you didn't want to be in the beef, you should have stayed out of it. You shouldn't have opened your mouth, said Eminem. To make matters worse, Fred Durst, who was on Eminem's side before, started distancing himself from him. Feeling betrayed by the entire group, Eminem entered the studio and did what he always did when mad. He released a diss track, Girls, where he attacked everyone in Limp Bizkit, calling them cowards and sissies and rapping about the violent stuff he wanted to do to them. Eminem didn't stop there. He left Fred Durst hanging at the MTV Video Music Awards. When Fred tried to give him a high five, M ignored him on purpose. That's some next level grudge holding right there. The beef didn't escalate any further, but neither party acknowledged that it was officially over. Number 7, Snoop Dogg. Eminem and Snoop Dogg used to be very close friends. They both went on tours together, made songs together, and worked with Dr. Dre, who was like a mentor to them. Snoop was even one of Eminem's biggest supporters early in his career. They seemed like they'd always have each other's backs. Then, in 2020, Snoop Dogg said something that really upset Eminem. In a public interview, Snoop said that Eminem doesn't belong in his personal top 10 list of greatest rappers. Put Eminem in a position to where he could be labeled as one of the top 10 rappers ever? I don't think so, but the game feels like he's top 10 lyricist and all that comes with it. But that's just because he's with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre helped him find the best Eminem that he could find, said Snoop. Eminem felt really disrespected and hurt. This wasn't just some random person talking. This was someone who was supposed to be his friend. M fired back in the song Zeus, rapping. And as far as squashing beef, I'm used to people knocking me, but just not in my camp. And diplomatic as I'm trying to be, last thing I need is Snoop dogging me. Snoop didn't respond. He tried to downplay the whole thing, calling it family business and acting like it wasn't a big deal. But Eminem was still hurt and confused. He said everything was good until, it was more like, I think it was more about the tone he was using that caught me off guard, because I'm like, yo, where's this coming from? I just saw you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it threw me for a loop. But they both settled their beef during a hospital visit to Dr. Dre when he got sick. Do you think Eminem went too far in any of these battles, or was he just defending himself? What other Eminem beefs should have made this list? Let us know your answers in the comments below. And don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on other interesting videos